Hey, this is Meridith Powell, and I just wanted to reach back out and say what an incredible conference we have had over the last 3 days. It was such an honor to be the closing keynote for the NFDA Leadership Conference. Was that not power-packed with information? I loved how virtually they gave us the opportunity to connect, get to know one another, and really kudos to the NFDA really taking it over the top. Now, as promised, I wanted to shoot a quick wrap-up video, something that you can review, take back to your teams, and really dive into a lot of the strategies that we talked about today and how to thrive in an uncertain marketplace. We talked about the fact that there is so much opportunity in the marketplace, and by studying these organizations and businesses that have been around since the late 1700s, early 1800s, we've developed this 9-step formula for thriving in an uncertain marketplace. And they work for any size business, any size organization, individual or company. All right. Drum roll, please. Let's review those steps and strategies. You've got to begin with a positive point. You've got to know where you're headed. We talked about the story of the whitewater rafting guide and how he'd point out the obstacles and the challenges. But when you go down the river, he always points to the positive point, because if you point to the positive point, that's where your raft is going to end up. It's exactly that way in our businesses and our organizations. We've got to know where we are headed. So that's strategy number 1, positive point. Strategy number 2, we need to pay attention to those obstacles and challenges. And we do that by conditioning ourselves for change. We've got to build our change muscle. It's not enough to react or adapt to change. We have to proactively see change coming. And I gave you that great skeptic tool and the strategy around using that to actually begin to create your future by predicting your future. And strategy number 3 is we talked about the fact that in the age of uncertainty, collaboration replaces competition. The challenges that we are facing right now, they are too big for one individual, one company. We got to work and pool our resources together with others. We talked about some great examples of how companies are doing that. So remember that it's not about competing with others. It's about collaborating with them. It's not that you can't solve your own problems, but by pooling together, you can solve those problems so much faster. And success is about strategic advantage and getting into the marketplace first. And talking about success is about decision making, making sure that you apply your resources to the right place. And that's our next strategy, because making decisions in an uncertain marketplace, that is so difficult. You don't know what to do. Either you stall and you're not sure what decision to make, or you're just grabbing at everything that you waste vital resources. Well, we talked about the way that those businesses and organizations made decisions. It was about knowing your core values, that your core values need to be your North Star and need to be your guiding light. And your core values will help you make the right decisions. And the right decisions are about growth, about how do you take your company to the next level in an environment like this. Well, you've got to begin, rather than chasing new business, you've got to back up and secure your base. Focus on your existing customers. Listen, it can be so easy to want to chase new business in an environment like this, but you have to be relevant if you want to close sales and get business. And the only way to understand how to be relevant is to talk to your existing customers. Now, I tell my clients to go back 3 and 4 years. Pick up the phone, call your customers. How are you doing? And they are going to, 1, be so loyal to you, but 2, they are going to tell you their biggest challenges, their biggest opportunities, what they're most worried about. And as that is going to be the gift you need to redefine, reinvent, and recreate your products and services so you're more relevant in today's marketplace. And if you want to sell, if you want to close deals, if you want to get above the white noise, it's about being relevant. All right, let's keep going with growing the business, because you got to build your network. You got to be making connections. Think about this. We dove into the strategies of exactly what you need to do to build your network. You are only one connection away from somebody who can help you solve any challenge, any issue, any problem that you've got. I think that's incredible. But you got to follow the strategies that we talked about and network with them. The next strategy, number 7, it is about building your team. We talked about the secrets to diving in to the culture, about really what it takes to get your team to be as passionate as you are about the growth of your organization. And then strategy 8 is to shed fast and keep moving. I shared that story about the client of mine who has updated their strategy 19 times since this pandemic started, because they want to make sure that they're getting rid of what isn't working and adding the things that are. And I gave you the tool, Seeds, Weeds, and Needs, to do a quick reflection on your business every single month. And last but not least is rinse and repeat. Listen, you can find these 9 strategies again at my website, valuespeaker.com, purple bar at the top that says Emerge Successful, and I dive deep into each one. But also reach out and connect with me, valuespeaker.com. You can also find me on LinkedIn. I am so happy to answer your questions, help you through these challenging times, because together we are going to thrive in an uncertain marketplace, and together we are going to emerge successful. Again, amazing conference, honor to be with you, and I look forward to seeing you next time.